Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out episode 2 of season 4 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, The Visitor, as well as episode 3, Hippocratic Oath, and I am so excited to get into these two episodes. I don't know anything about these two episodes. No one has really said anything about these two episodes. I think some people have mentioned The Visitor, but I don't really remember why they mentioned The Visitor. I just know some people really like that episode, so I'm interested to see why. And yeah, besides that, we had such an insane opening to the season. Sisko is bald and also a captain, which is awesome, and he has that goatee. He looks so cool. The Klingons attacked Cardassia. They didn't actually attack the main planet, but you know, they've taken over some of Cardassian space. The treaty is gone, and I'm really excited to see where season 4 goes from here. And before we get in this reaction, let me do the lighting. So I'm going to light. I said what color? It should be boop. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so lighting today, I'm actually gonna go pink, like a pink purple color, and for no other reason than I want to do that. And if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can head to my Patreon of uncut and early access reactions to my movies and TV show reactions that come out up to 3 weeks early, which means on Patreon right now you can check out episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, all on Patreon. I guess 2, 3 you're watching on YouTube, but the other ones you can check it on Patreon right now for season 4. Anyways, thank you so much if you check it out. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, let's dive into this first episode here. I hope you enjoy my reaction to episode 2 of season 4 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, The Visitor. Hold on, there's rain. Hold on, this does not look like DS9. Oh, hold on a second. Baseball. But it must be DS9. Wait a second. Old Sisko? No, is that Sisko's dad? Or is it old Sisko?
Now I have a first aid kit around here somewhere. Where is it? So, what are you doing out?
Yeah, this must be Sisko's father.
I was looking for you.
Oh?
You are Jake Sisko, the writer.
No, what?
I can't believe it.
At least we know he doesn't die.
People still read my books.
Of course they do. A friend recommended Anselm to me, and I read it straight through twice.
That one's my favorite.
I read them slowly, one each day, and when I was done, I wished I hadn't read them at all. So I could read them again, like it was the first time.
Oh, they must have been great.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Why did you stop writing?
Good question.
Lost my favorite pen, and I couldn't get any work done without it.
I hope that's real.
You weren't even 40 when you stopped writing. I never understood why you gave it up.
It's a long story.
Let's tell it.
Yesterday, or the day before, or a week ago, I would have said no.
But why today?
And somehow it seems like the right time for me to finally tell this story. It begins many years ago.
Why do I already have chills? This is so cool.
Happened to me. My father died.
No, we don't talk about that. No, that doesn't happen. Jake is very close to 18. The new intro is so dramatic at the start with that drum beat. No, I don't believe Sisko's going to die soon. I do not believe it. Something is wrong in this timeline. Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I feel like I'm at a disco whenever this intro comes on now. Tony Todd. That's a very recognizable name.
It's not quite that simple. You see, just before my father died, I was working on a short story.
Why did Sisko die?
But I do know that I was taking it very seriously.
Was it the short story that he read in Explorers?
I suppose my father saw that I needed a break, because he insisted I come with him to the Gamma Quadrant.
Oh, let's go.
Of course, what he didn't realize was that I could hide away on the Defiant just as easily as I could on the station.
Fair enough.
I want to get this last paragraph right.
I thought you were going to put that aside for a while.
I tried, but it's all I can think about.
Yeah, fair enough. Let him write it down.
It seems to me I'd want to poke my head up every once in a while and take a look around. See what's going on.
That's actually great advice for writers.
We'll talk about it. Deal?
Deal.
Oh my god.
The warp core just jumped off the scale.
Cisco to engineering. Engineering, report.
What's wrong? Where's O'Brien?
For some reason, I didn't.
Cisco to sickbay. I need a medical team down.
Oh my god.
Jake, I need an interfacing compensator.
Warning.
Hey, Jake's here, you might as well use him, fair enough. And he can use O'Brien's training as well.
The ejection system's offline.
Jake, find it, come on!
30 seconds. Got it!
Come on, Jake, come on, Jake.
Warning. Warp core breach in 20 seconds.
Just
Oh
a
my
little
God.
more.
Cisco's about to eat it, isn't he? Oh my god, I really thought Cisco was about to— Oh my days!
He was gone.
He's gone. So he might not have died. He's gone though.
Losing somebody like that, right in front of my eyes.
Yeah, but that didn't actually happen, right? We're not losing Cisco like that.
There was a memorial service aboard the station. People came forward and talked about my father.
I'm glad.
Most about him. Why they would miss him.
So many people here. I'm so glad about that.
Was the emissary to my people sent by the prophets.
Mourn, man.
Felt that no matter what I said about him, I'd be leaving so much more out. And that didn't seem right.
That's fair.
Everyone went out of their way to look after me. Especially Dax.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oldest friend.
Closest friend, and I guess she felt responsible for me. After
Oh my god, even Mourn is so sad.
You know, Nog, things seem to be slowing down a bit. I'll get someone else to bring up
Oh,
those
what?
kicks. You and Jake go and have some fun.
Wait, Quark's so nice.
Go, now, before I change my mind.
This can't be a real universe. Quark's nice.
But maybe I'll just stick around here. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
I feel like this is a really normal reaction from Jake right now. It's really cool to see. Like, it sucks to see, but it's cool that Star Trek is displaying stuff like this. Ah!
What happened?
No! Oh, he is not dead at all. He's stuck in some limbo right now.
Nog was off at Starfleet. My stories stubbornly refused to write themselves. I filled my time.
You were stuck.
Dax and the others were worried about me. But before long, they had bigger things to worry about.
Bigger things.
They knew that if war broke out against the Klingons, Deep Space Nine was going to be on the front line.
Yeah, Will.
You should be on one of those ships.
I don't have to go, do I?
No. It's a voluntary.
I love that Worf is here, you know.
Even if this sector weren't on the brink of war, I would like to see you leave the station.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, Jake.
This is a great shot.
Please don't make me leave. Not yet. This is my home.
And I guess his father's memory is all around the station too.
He turned it into something. Everywhere I look, it's like I see a part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't have anything left of it.
Exactly.
When the time comes and I tell you to go, you'll do it.
There's gonna be a battle and he's gonna have to leave. Oh my god. Oh my days, he's returned again.
Wasn't a dream. But something was wrong. I didn't understand everything.
Oh, they have him.
Out of phase.
Benjamin, what's the last thing you remember?
I was in engineering on the Defiant.
And he's actually staying for a long time.
According to these readings, unless we can realign your temporal signature, you'll be pulled back into subspace again within the next few minutes.
Oh no.
They'll have me fixed up in no time. How are you doing?
Oh.
When I saw you in my quarters, I should have felt you were alive. I should have known it.
It's not your fault, Jake.
Man, already tearing up a little bit. No! You can't say that and leave. Okay, good.
I need that containment field now, Chief. Right away. Field active.
Oh. Oh.
I'm gonna try locking onto him with the transporter beam.
Don't leave me!
Oh, he's gone.
Don't leave me.
It's like he's dying all over again.
Knowing he was alive, yet trapped somewhere.
Yeah.
Nothing.
telling me all this is hard for you. Maybe I should come back some other time.
No, there won't be any other time.
What? Why?
You see, I'm dying.
Oh no. Is he sick?
Besides, we old people need to remind everyone to pay special attention to us.
Fair enough.
Klingons came to a head, and the Federation decided to turn over control of the station to the Klingon.
What? No.
There was nothing I could...
No, sorry, I disagree.
Drifted around and eventually ended up studying writing at the Pennington School.
Ah, finally at least.
Little I began to think less and less about the past. After a while, I met a woman.
Oh, who?
Happy one.
I'm back.
Oh!
Nog! I didn't
Oh my god, Nog is here. I forgot that he stays small.
wait for me.
It's good to see you.
You too.
And he's Starfleet.
Redfish, fresh from the bayou.
Fish! When these ones are crawling with perfectly good slugs.
I tried to tell you that 20 years ago.
I'm a slow learner.
I'm gonna get some champagne.
I remember that episode. That was a funny episode.
There's pip on your collar. You keep that up, you're gonna make captain by the time you're 4.
Yeah, if Nog's a captain, I stand up and clap for him, okay?
Find out how the Dominion would react to ships coming through.
Did you see the station?
I'm sorry to say it's looking a little
Is Tony Todd not Candyman? They got the Candyman on DS9.
usual as making sure it doesn't fall out of orbit. But Morn is still there.
Of course Morn is there. It's Morn's... Dude, we need that shit. Morn's bar. That would be awesome.
And may someone make a holo program out of one of your stories so you can start raking in the latinum.
Oh my god.
You want me to call a doctor?
No. I'll be fine.
I had an apple today. The doctors will just run away.
Coming to bed?
I'm not tired.
Yeah, let him write. It's all streaming out.
Neither am I.
Oh, sexy time.
How would you feel about designing the cover in my new book?
Do you mean it?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Who are you?
Jake,
Oh, he recognizes him.
did you get through?
I talked to someone at Starfleet Science. They're gonna get a team.
It's interesting how Cisco's connected to Jake. Like, he's not appearing on DS9. He's appearing near Jake.
Pleasure is mine. How long have you two been married?
7 years.
Oh, man.
I gotta go call Starfleet.
Oh. They'll get her as soon as they can. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Let's not waste what little time we have.
I have a feeling you might want to see these. They're Jake's.
Jake's novels.
Oh, Jake.
Oh, man.
Just kept trying to find you. And I just went on with my life.
And I'm proud of what you've accomplished.
Oh, man.
Now that I know that you're out there lost somewhere.
Of course.
Oh, so he's gonna stop writing now.
And don't think because I'm not around much that I don't want grandchildren.
Oh, I think there is a singular tear running down my face at the moment. Oh.
The accident must have created some sort of subspace link between my father and myself.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's what I'm saying.
Subspace field. Dax's calculations also showed that the next time he appeared, I'd be an old man.
So soon.
At the age of 37, I went back to school and started studying subspace mechanics.
Oh, that makes sense.
Corinna was very patient. She supported what I was trying to do.
Oh, but did she leave him in the end?
By the time I had entered my doctoral program, it was over between us.
Oh, man. So he basically threw his old life away for his father.
There was only one other thing I needed. The Defiant.
No way, we still got the
Nog was a
Defiant.
captain by then.
Of the Defiant?
Worf threw his weight around with the Klingon High Council, and they gave us permission to
Oh my
enter
god, they're all
the
old.
Bajoran.
And Nog is a captain. This is sick. This is so cool.
Maybe after we've got Captain Cisco back, we can all stop by Morn's.
Yeah.
For a drink.
Yeah, for old times. Yeah, Bashir.
It's a lucky thing, too. Dax isn't any good to anybody these days without a cup of coffee in her hand.
The wormhole wouldn't undergo another inversion for decades, so this was my only chance.
Come on, does it work? I don't see Cisco with Jake anymore in the present, so it better work.
I think I've got the captain's signature.
Oh, you better not lose him. Oh no. Oh, Jake! At least they're together, right?
Dax, if you can read me, try to lock onto my signal.
Look at you. You're older than I am.
Yeah.
Jake, they're doing the best they can. There's nothing we can do from here. It's been so long. I need to know what I've missed. What about those grandchildren we talked about?
No grandchildren.
Dax, try boosting the carrier amplitude. Maybe you can...
They can't hear you.
This is the last chance I'm ever gonna have to help you.
Oh my god.
No!
Oh, only Jake.
Let go, Jake. If not for yourself, then for me.
Oh man.
Promise me you'll do that. Promise me.
Promise him.
I want you to...
I don't really have any words for this episode. It's so good.
I know. I want to study them so I can see the changes you made.
Because you want to be a writer someday.
Yeah.
I was tinkering with the last story just this morning. Besides, if you publish posthumously, nobody can ask you for rewrites. Every so often, the cord will grow taut enough to yank him forward into my time. But only for a few minutes.
That makes sense, actually.
Instead of my motion through time came to a stop, the cord would go slack.
Wait.
When the link was at its strongest, while we were together, he'd return to the moment of the accident.
Wait, what's he saying here? Does that mean Jake has to die?
Anything.
While you're studying my stories, poke your head up every once in a while.
Oh, the same advice! I'm not ready for this.
Thank you.
I have so many chills and goosebumps, and I can feel the tears coming. Goodbye. The baseball. This reminds me of the flute in the Inner Light episode of TNG. Oh my god. He's here.
Jake, what is it?
Read the dedication.
To my father.
Oh.
Who's coming home.
No.
Dragging you through time like an anchor. And now it's time to cut you loose.
Jake, what are you saying?
It won't be long now.
Oh my
Jake,
god.
no!
He actually killed himself. He like poisoned himself or something.
When I die, you'll go back to where this all began.
Oh my god, really?
You didn't have to do this. Not for me.
And for the boy that I was. He needs you
Oh.
more than you know.
Oh.
Don't you see? We're going to get a second chance.
They are gonna get a second chance. We're back here. Dodge! Oh my god, thank god.
I guess we were just lucky this time.
Wow.
You okay, Dad?
I am now, Jake.
No.
I am now.
And that was my reaction to The Visitor, episode 2 of season 4 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And I don't know what I'm going to say for this review, because that was one of the best episodes of Star Trek I've seen. It was so well written, it was so emotional, and I think it's going to have a really lasting impact on Cisco as a father and how he interacts with Jake and stuff like that. I think he's going to see his relationship with Jake a little differently. Seeing the lengths that Jake went through to try and get him back throughout his whole life. But man, I was not expecting that as an episode. Not at all. And what a tear jerker of an episode. That was the first episode of Star Trek where I not only had tears in my eyes, but there was also, I don't know if you guys saw it, I tried to point it out, but I don't know if you guys saw it, but I actually had a tear roll down my face. And if you've been watching my channel, you know how hard it is for me to get a tear to roll down my face. I don't know why I can never do it. I get very teary-eyed a lot of the times, but tears never go over the eyeballs, you know what I mean? Go over the eyelids and down my face. This episode had that happen, and that I don't think that's ever happened on the channel, actually. So I think that just goes to show you how emotional this episode was. And I think an episode like this can only be done in season 4 or in a later season of Star Trek DS9 after we know the characters, after we know Jake and Sisko's relationship, after we already care about them. But seeing Jake as an old person and just talking to Melanie about his past, about, you know, the suffering and the grief and the depression that he went through, and then, you know, that hope, and then just getting it ripped away again. Like, he sees Sisko, not the first time he thought it was a dream, but the second time. That was the part that made me cry the most. That was the saddest part for me, because you see this hope and you see this, like, this recognition that, oh my god, we might be able to save my dad, you know what I mean? And then seeing Sisko just slip back into subspace and Jake just kind of leaning against the empty bed. Oh my god. That one ripped me apart. That one was heart-wrenching. And just Jake just, I don't know, killing himself at the end in order to get his father back into the moment where he went missing in the first place and stuff like that. And then when Sisko was like, I don't know, I forget exactly what Sisko said at the end, but he said something like, it's all gonna be okay, or it's all okay now, or something like that. And he just hugged Jake, and oh, I think it's gonna be I think this is a really good episode for Sisko and Jake, especially just Sisko's relationship with Jake now. I think he's going to be, I mean, he's already so loving towards Jake, don't get me wrong, but I think he's going to be thinking about this for a long time, and he's going to go, Sisko was always going to go to great lengths to protect Jake. I don't know what I'm talking about, but he's going to go even farther lengths to protect Jake and to keep Jake happy and to keep Jake safe now. And I think that was really interesting. Besides that, I want a shirt that says Morin's Bar or Frank Morin's Bar or something like that, because that would be so awesome. I'm so glad that he got the bar and he got to own the bar. Seeing Nog as a captain was absolutely awesome, and just something that I've always wanted to see. I'm so glad that he passed his Starfleet stuff. He became a Starfleet, I don't know, lieutenant or something like that. He would have been on ensign. It would have been an ensign first, and then maybe a lieutenant, and then maybe a commander, and then maybe a captain. Not quite sure how military ranks work, but I'm assuming that that is kind of correct. But seeing him but captain the Defiant, and then seeing everyone else old, like Bashir. Bashir's been old twice in 2 seasons now. I think the guy just likes to be old. But Dax was old. We didn't see old Kira, but I don't remember old Kira, but that's okay. But I think that was all awesome. Jake as an old person was really awesome because he was played by Tony Todd, and Tony Todd, I'm like 99% sure Tony Todd is the Candyman, and he was amazing in the Candyman. I actually reacted to that movie, so you can check that out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to add. This review didn't really do anything besides me just talking about the emotional aspect of this episode, but I just don't really have any words in my head at the moment. I kind of wish I watched this episode second and watched Hippocratic Oath first, because I just don't want to do anything after this episode. I just want to sit here for like 30 minutes and just think about this episode, because it was so good. So anyways, I still feel tears welling up in my eyes when I'm thinking about this goddamn episode, but life moves on. Jake had to move on, and then not move on, and then move on, and then not move on. So we're gonna move on, hopefully, to episode 3 now, Hippocratic Oath. Hope you enjoy, and I hope I can keep down these tears for at least the start of the episode. Anyways, let's get to the episode now. Oh, I thought that was Morin. I got really excited. We've seen this guy so much, right? We've seen this guy so much.
Is Ragad Tosh, who is known to be associated with a Markalian smuggling operation.
Okay, but he lives here, basically. We see him every episode.
I guess we have something in common.
You have more in common with Raconian swamp rat, Quark.
Delight to see you here. What can I get for you?
Tarkalian tea.
Kira has different hair this season, doesn't she?
Directly here.
I believe the Ferengi bartender is plotting something with him.
He always is.
If he is a known criminal, why does your security chief not do anything about him?
He's harmless.
Chief O'Brien and I have concluded our biosurvey of Merrick 3 in the Gamma Quadrant. We're on course back to the...
Are we getting O'Brien Bashir episode as well as Worf Kira? What a good duo.
Little workshop in the bedroom. You set up a workshop in the bedroom?
Yeah.
What's wrong about it?
A place you intimately associate with Keiko. You are actually expressing a desire to be closer.
Okay, Bashir. Yeah, okay, Bashir, that makes sense.
See, you understand. Now, why can't she see that? Why can't she be more like...
Oh, like you.
More like...
a man. More like a man.
You got caught red-handed there.
You wish Keiko was a man.
I wish I was on this trip with someone else. That's what I wish.
Look how good friends they are. I love them so much.
So there could be a ship in trouble?
Possibly. Let's take a look.
I really hope this is an O'Brien Bashir episode. They're my favorite couple at the moment.
I'd feel a lot better if we could... Hold on. There's some kind of energy surge on...
Oh my god.
Plasma field. We're losing main power. Switching to auxiliary units.
What a cool shot. It's gonna be a crash landing! How come O'Brien Bashir, whenever they go out together, they always end up crash landing on a planet somewhere or being alone on a planet somewhere? Think of Armageddon game. They were alone on a planet.
I'm sorry I couldn't find a nicer place to crash land. Well, should we try again?
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's the Jem'Hadar.
Do not move. You are prisoners of the Jem'Hadar.
Yes, the Jem'Hadar are back. Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I'm excited to see what the Jem'Hadar are here. I'm excited to see the Dominion again. We haven't... I mean, technically, I guess we saw a founder in the final episode of Season 3, which is only like 2 episodes ago. But still, I don't know. I feel like we haven't seen the Jem'Hadar in a long time. Besides maybe the Jem'Hadar ships in the Dias cast. But besides that, we haven't seen them in a long time. So I'm excited to see them again.
Tell me.
There are no other ships with us, but if we don't return, Starfleet will begin looking for us.
Good answer.
Soon.
You're lying.
Why would they be lying? These are 2 most amazing people on DS9.
Gold uniform indicates a specialty in security or engineering. Rank, Chief Petty Officer. You are...
Chief Petty Officer.
I've been around.
That makes you a priority target. We will kill you first.
What? Calm down.
This one and use the other in a tactical exercise.
No. Bring them both back to camp.
Oh, why? The other Jem'Hadar like, that's an odd choice.
Conducting a thorough investigation of his connection with the smuggler. If you'll excuse me, Captain.
Of course.
It's a little strange that they do let a criminal, like, just stay on the station. But it's fine. It's Quark.
And I do encourage vigilance in my officers. But remember, Odo is chief of security on this.
Yeah, you're not anymore, Worf.
Understood. I will not let this matter interfere with my duties.
Okay, Worf. I believe him when he says that. You know, I like Worf. He's so respectful.
Bit distracted here. And at the runabout, they seem concerned about being found here. Something's going on.
Yeah, what is it?
They need a doctor. Someone's injured or sick.
Oh, what if it's a founder?
He stays.
Okay, Bashir. An O'Brien Bashir Jem'Hadar episode is beautiful, you know? I just thought about that right now. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Wow, this is a lot nicer than that dank cave they were in.
Fortunately for you, weapons research is not what I need. There is a drug.
Oh.
Jem'Hadar must have in order to live.
Interesting. Yeah, we know that.
I know that the Jem'Hadar have been genetically engineered by the Dominion to be addicted to what you call Ketracel White.
And yeah, they're like slaves, basically.
They are the ones we came here to escape.
Escape?
Oh, they're trying to escape.
You're trying to leave the Dominion?
Oh, wait.
You will make our final escape from the Dominion possible. We have only enough white to last another 5 days.
Interesting. So Bashir's like, make some.
Synthesize this drug.
No, we do not want more of the drug.
How to get us off of it?
It is possible. I know. Because I am free of the drug.
No way.
The rest of the crew died, and I was left with only enough white to sustain me for 3 days.
He's lived alone for so long then.
And then it was gone, and I was ready to die. But death never came.
I wonder if he was in pain though.
To cure the rest of your men as well. But it hasn't worked, has it? They still need the drug.
Interesting. What's different about him?
You did not fall. Feel pride in that.
They're suffering so much.
If they are not freed from the drug before our supply runs out.
Yeah?
I'll need Chief O'Brien's help. Yes, I'll try. Now give those men what they need, please.
Okay, Bashir, let's go. Wow. The fact that the founders can do something like this.
And you, for not saving them.
Wow. Running against the clock, but also for this Jem'Hadar leader guy. He's also running against the clock.
He simply declared victory and returned home.
Now he's looking for his next victory.
Bro, Galra needs to stop.
I appreciate you bringing me this information, Commander.
I expect him to be meeting with the smuggler again this evening.
That would seem like...
Worf has been keeping tabs.
Thank you, Mr. Worf. Rest assured, I'll take care of this matter.
Worf and Odo together as Chief of Security, co-Chief of Security, would be pretty sick. They'd get so much done.
Well, it's enough to take care of the guard. Once he's down, I'll get his weapon. We run like hell for the runabout.
Oh, Bashir's not actually going to help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Coming from you, that means a lot to me.
I know.
I know.
But I did find something promising in one of the native plants here. Take a look at this.
A leaf.
What is this?
That is something I put together to enhance the resolution of that scanner.
Oh my god, you're so done. Good try, guys. It wasn't going to be that easy.
You've a bruised trachea, but there's no permanent damage.
Return him to the holding cell.
Thanks, Bashir. Thank you.
He'll have to stay off this leg until you can get him to a medical facility.
If I cannot stand, I am useless.
What? No.
Then he dies.
We came here to be free of the Vorta. It is time to stop living by their rules.
Yeah, okay. I like this guy, you know.
Get back to work.
Bashir, I actually want you to help these guys, you know. Worf, stop. I bet Quark is working with Odo or something like that. Deputy Quark, remember?
Come in.
Oh, hello. Kind of looks like a Jedi.
You had an opportunity to arrest him.
I perform my duties as I see fit.
You do not seem to be...
Worf just doesn't know how the station runs.
Now I suggest you attend to your own duties and stop interfering in mine.
Wow, they're really butting heads at the moment. This is no starship, Worf.
Amount of Ketracel white you need to survive. But I can't find where it's coming from.
His body is just making it.
3 days.
I would like to have seen a group of humans try to control a Jem'Hadar child.
Yeah, it was tough.
I have never seen a founder.
Never.
To us, they are almost a myth.
Interesting.
Beings who guide their destinies and await them after death. They call them gods.
So the founders are like gods to them.
The founders are like gods to the Jem'Hadar.
Yeah, that is so interesting.
Our gods never talk to us.
They just use you.
To fight for them. And to die for them.
You know, I was never expecting this for a Jem'Hadar episode. I love this, though.
Obedience to the founders, killing without remorse, the evaluation of other sentient...
This is the exact thing that Odo was trying to teach that kid, but the kid wouldn't listen.
Federation doctors are trained to feel compassion and sympathy. He's manipulating you. He wants you to work hard.
I don't think he is manipulating.
What?
What makes Garanagar different from the others? He's not addicted to the drug.
If you can figure that out, you can try and help other Jem'Hadar.
Just thinking for themselves, the Founders may suddenly find themselves without an army to give orders to.
Yeah, exactly.
The Dominion keeps them on a short leash.
They're not animals. They're people being used as slaves.
Yes, Bashir, yes.
They're killers. That's all they know how to do. That's all they want to do.
But they have the potential to be so much more.
O'Brien has such a bias towards people sometimes.
I can't believe you're making excuses for them.
I'm trying to make you understand there are larger issues here. We're dealing with a complex situation.
Yeah.
We help them. We may end up unleashing the Jem'Hadar against the Federation, and that is a risk I am not willing to take.
I don't agree with you, O'Brien.
Now, I need the biospectral phase discriminator from the runabout sensor array. I haven't got the technical skills to remove it, so I'm ordering you to do it. Now, is that clear?
Oh my god, yes, Bashir, yes. This is so interesting. They were such good pals at the start, but now they're at odds.
Not like the other human.
We have our differences.
You don't like helping us.
No, I don't.
Wait, what's he doing? Oh my god. He's beaming out of here. Where'd he go?
Structure or your DNA. Maybe you were exposed to some anomalous conditions 4 years ago that no longer exist.
Or what if this Jem'Hadar is a founder?
Maybe you were never addicted to this drug at all.
But I took white all my life.
But maybe you didn't need it.
Yeah. You're just made differently.
Deploy the men in a standard...
He's lying. He's been lying for days. There is no cure here. Even if there was...
Tensions are rising.
But now, you're like this human. Weak, soft, inferior.
I'd be mad if I was Bashir. Weak? Come on.
What'll happen to O'Brien?
Oh, he'll die.
If I go, there will be no one here to guard you.
That's okay. Is Worf gonna arrest them?
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Trafficking in illegal merchandise is a felony under Federation law.
What's he doing here?
Yeah. Worf, calm down, man. Dude, that's so cool.
I was just about to arrest these criminals.
I should arrest you for interfering in my investigation.
Will someone tell me what...
This guy's like, am I gonna get my money or what?
Now, I suppose I'll have to settle for the middleman.
If you gentlemen are finished with this little fiasco, I'd like to tidy up.
Quark!
Or give me the crystal.
On your feet, let's go.
See, Worf, it's not like a starship. We gotta do things differently. Feel a little bad for him, though. I wish Odo could have just said something, you know? Like, I got this, okay? I got this. Oh my god, get absolutely destroyed.
No. Let's get moving. It's only 300 meters to the runabout, but those guys move fast.
His soldier instincts have kicked in.
Find a cure. They're gonna kill you anyway.
That's not true. Garanagar.
Forget about him. What about all the others?
O'Brien does have a point, though. They might kill him anyways.
All right. I will.
No, don't leave your man.
But you're coming with me.
Oh! No, O'Brien. O'Brien.
Move. Both of you.
This won't...
No discussion. Move.
Oh my god. They're going crazy mode.
I will do the killing.
Oh! Oh, I should have expected that. I don't know why I did that.
Take your ship and go.
Garanagar.
Oh, I love this guy.
Quickly in battle, then slowly as the drug runs out.
You don't have to do this. Even if we can't save their lives, there's no need to...
Why don't this guy come to DS9 and then we can find a cure?
You are a soldier?
I have been.
Then you explain.
He's their commander. I trusted him. You can't leave them.
Wow, what a good shot of Bashir.
Come in.
What are you making, Cisco? What is that? A clock? Another clock?
I think you should know that I hindered his investigation.
Yes.
I heard what happened.
Cisco knows everything, dude.
When I served aboard the Enterprise, I always knew who were my allies and who were my enemies.
But here, there's a gray area. That's the great thing about DS9.
And Quark definitely is a shade of gray.
Yeah, Quark is the grayest of grays.
You'll fit in, Commander.
I like that Cisco's patient with Worf, though.
Thanks, Major.
Wow. Different atmosphere in here than at the start of the episode.
I wish things could have been different, Julian.
So do I.
And I'm sorry I
Yes.
had to destroy your work.
Thank you for saying sorry.
And you chose to disobey orders, override my judgment.
We didn't trust him.
Tonight's supposed to be our weekly darts game.
Don't worry. I don't feel much like playing either.
Guys, don't stop being friends.
Maybe in a few days.
I don't like how we ended this relationship here. No, 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 no. I'm so nervous for O'Brien and Bashir. They were actually best friends. They were actually best friends, and now their friendship is so strained. Oh my god. I'm really interested to see what happens with them in future episodes. And that was my reaction to Hippocratic Oath, episode 3 of season 4 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And that was another fantastic episode. Season 4 has started out with a banger, with a bang, I guess I should say, with The Way of the Warrior, which was a fantastic season opener. The Visitor, which is gonna make me cry the moment I say, okay, I'm gonna stop talking about The Visitor because I can already feel tears in my eyes. And now Hippocratic Oath, which was another absolutely stunning episode. This one was a Bashir O'Brien episode mainly, with a Worf Odo subplot, which was a really good subplot, I have to say. But let's talk about the main plot first of all, with Bashir and O'Brien and the Jem'Hadar. We haven't seen the Jem'Hadar in a while. Obviously, we've seen stuff of the Dominion, like we saw a founder in the season 3 finale. We saw the Jem'Hadar. Technically, we saw their ships in the Dias cast, but if you're just talking about a Jem'Hadar soldier, I don't think we've seen a Jem'Hadar soldier since maybe that episode with the Jem'Hadar child. So it's been a long time. That was near the start of season 3. I could be wrong. I could be mistaken. We could have seen a Jem'Hadar in between then and the Dias cast, but I don't remember. And so for me, it's that child episode is when we last saw Jem'Hadar. So it's been a long time, and it was really exciting for them to be back. And I was never expecting one of them to be good. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's a very interesting dynamic that they have with the Founders, because the Founders have basically enslaved this race of people through the use of a drug, where the Jem'Hadar need this drug to survive, and the Founders, or I guess they said the Vorta, but the Founders control the Vortas. So the Vorta, or in essence, the Founders control the drug, and so they control the Jem'Hadar. And it's super interesting. It was something like, start with a K or something like that. It was like something white. I'll just call it white. I'll call the drug white. But it was super interesting and very unexpected that there is one Jem'Hadar out there who does not need the drug. And he was so much more rational, and obviously he still had some Jem'Hadar stuff in him because he's still a Jem'Hadar soldier. It's just, he doesn't need the white to survive, which is super interesting. And to see him try and save his fellow soldiers, save his squad of soldiers, and to try and get them off of the drug was actually something that I never expected, but was really interesting and really cool to see at the same time. And yeah, I really like that Bashir and O'Brien were in this episode and were the main focuses of this episode, because I think that not only are they really good together, like those two actors have great chemistry together, but they do have very different viewpoints of times of life. And so putting them into a situation like this where they're in enemy territory, but the enemy kind of needs help, But you have O'Brien, who's very skeptical of it, who only sees the Jem'Hadar as enemy. He's using a very soldier, one-sided kind of logic. While Bashir, who's a doctor, is seeing this from a more open-minded perspective, if you will. Not to say that both perspectives aren't right or wrong. It's just two very different perspectives. And so it's very interesting to see. And Bashir is feeling a lot more sympathy and compassion and can see that these guys need help. And so for a lot of the episode, there is this kind of sense where the Jem'Hadar, it's possible that they're lying, but it seems like they're not lying, or at least that one guy is not lying. But then by the end of the episode, you realize, oh yeah, this Jem'Hadar guy was not lying. Like, he actually did want Bashir's help, and he did want to save this man. As you see, he kills his fellow soldier comrade, and then he goes off to hopefully, I'm saying hopefully kill the other Jem'Hadar soldiers so they don't have to suffer through the withdrawals, because there's no way in saving them. But I think the biggest takeaway from this episode was Bashir and O'Brien's relationship. The way that they were at odds with each other the whole episode. First, they were like in love with each other, you know what I mean? Like that best friends, the conversation that they had when Bashir was like, I wish Keiko could be more like, and then he just kind of stutters off, and you're like, yeah, you wish he was like Bashir. You wish she was like Bashir, don't you? I just loved the chemistry when they were friends. But yeah, there was a lot of strain with their relationship in this episode, because O'Brien was trying to save Bashir's life, and I don't put anything past him for doing that, but he was not only disobeying Bashir, but I can see what Bashir was saying in the end, where it was almost like O'Brien didn't trust Bashir, which is a whole extra level of kind of sadness that kind of goes on top of this, and an extra level of complexity that is going to add to this relationship. And now they're not playing their dark game tonight, and it makes me wonder what's going to happen with their friendship, because O'Brien basically killed those Jem'Hadar. Bashir could have saved them, I think, and O'Brien basically killed them, and Bashir is almost blaming O'Brien for that. He is blaming O'Brien for that, and so I am very intrigued with how this friendship is going to unfold, because they were super strong friends at the start of this episode, and I don't know how good of friends they're going to be now. I think it's going to be a little awkward. I think Bashir might not trust O'Brien's judgment that much anymore, maybe. I think O'Brien is going to maybe try and apologize to Bashir. I just hope that they're not best friends the next time we see them together. I hope that there is some awkwardness and maybe some sadness and some anger between them at this point in time. But at the same time, I really hope not. I mean, I hope so for a story perspective, because it'd be weird if they just became friends straight away again. But from an audience, from a person who loved them as a friendship, you know, I hope that they figure this out soon, because I hate to see them bickering like they did in season 1 and stuff like that. So come on guys, let's apologize and get back together. But it's going to take more than just a simple apology that O'Brien did on the runabout to fix this, I think. Obviously the other stuff, the Worf stuff, was also really interesting. I won't spend too much time talking about it, but it was cool to have a little Worf subplot where he's getting used to how the station runs. Obviously on TNG he used to be a security officer. I think, was he always a security officer? I think, did he get promoted to something else, or did he get promoted to head of security? I'm not 100% sure. I think he got promoted to head of security, but obviously he's not head of security on DS9. That is Odo. And not only is he not head of security, but the station is a lot different than a starship. And as Cisco said at the end, there's a lot more scales of gray on DS9 than there is on Starship, which is, you know who is good and you know who is bad. And I think this was a really good learning episode for Worf on how the station runs, how sometimes you need to have someone do something bad in order to have a greater outcome, how you need to trust these people who are maybe criminals on paper, but you need to trust people like Quark in order to get these deals done, in order to capture something larger than just Quark, you know what I mean? And so I really like that, and I think it's a good learning curve for Worf, and I'm hoping to see him learn from these experiences in the future as well, and see him kind of understand how the station works as the episodes go on. And yeah, that is my episode reaction. That's my reaction to Star Trek Deep Space Nine, episode 3 and 2, I guess. That is the end. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. I am so enjoying season 4 so far. It is already only 2 or 3 episodes in, and I'm already loving this season so much. Every episode just feels, I mean, I know we're only 3 episodes in, but every episode just feels so good, and very dramatic at times, and it feels like there's a lot of character development happening in them, and yeah, it just feels like stuff's happening, you know what I mean? And I love it so much. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon. On there you can watch episode 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, all the way up to an episode called Our Man Bashir. How awesome is that? Our Man Bashir, he is our man, isn't he? You can watch that episode on Patreon right now, as well as all the other episodes in between. If not, then I will see you next week for episode 4 and 5 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Indiscretion and Rejoined. Anyways, see you then.